Welcome. 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 We're live. Welcome everybody to the program. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We're live. Tuesday Dharma Gathering, week number 5. We're live. Tuesday Dharma Gathering, week number 5. We're live. 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 We're alive. Welcome, 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 welcome. How are ya? How are ya? Welcome, everybody. Shut this thing off. Bingo, bingo. How are ya? Welcome to the program. Mark Sconti reporting. Welcome to week 5 of the 90-day meditation challenge. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Did you try it? Are you trying to meditate for 10 minutes a day, every day for 90 days? And see what happens. Hey, you know, what do you got to lose? Right? If you don't like what happens, your pain will be graciously refunded after 90 days. You get a 90-day refund. So welcome, everybody. This is a Tuesday evening Dharma gathering ongoing with a 90-day meditation challenge twisted in there for fun because people who meditate are better than people who don't meditate. Bet you didn't know that. You're using more of your mind. You're using more of your brain power. I'd like to make a call out there to, this is tonight's thumbnail. This is Chongyam Trungpa Rinpoche. We'll watch a little clip by the good Rinpoche from Tibet. And also, I want to make a shout out there to all the traditions, all of the Buddhist traditions. This is a Tuesday open Dharma gathering. I'm calling on you to come here, the people in the Zen community, the Shambhala tradition, and Vipassana meditation centers. Come on down. Recovery Dharma people, come on down. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. We are a giant umbrella trying to get people to meditate and transform their lives. So thanks for being here. And my name is Mark Sconti. I got a website, and every morning I'm live at 9 a.m. talking about interesting, disgusting, aggressive, insane politics and cultural shifts. I had a revelation after today's this morning's show is that it appears possible, and again, this is not really the place to discuss it, but it occurred to me that most people don't know if they're on the right or the left anymore. How about that? Yes, somebody said, "Oh yeah, well, I think of myself as left wing." And then they start to have a conversation. They realize they have more in common than they do. They have more in common than they do differences. And it just occurred to me that the political lines of left and right are finally breaking down. So we talk about, and then they'll reboot as we come into the 2024 presidential election. But for now, they seem to be fizzling out, right? And new sides will form. So every morning at 9 a.m. we're live, and right here 7 p.m. on Tuesday, we're going to make this an ongoing thing forever and ever. The Tuesday Dharma gathering, and again, all the traditions. Come on down. We welcome you. We want you to be. We don't want you to feel separate. See, that's what I'd like to dissolve in the Buddhist communities. A lot of people feel separate. They feel my tradition is my tradition, and your tradition is your tradition. Keep your tradition over there, and I'll stay over here. Stay in your lane, man. That's the ancient argument of the ages of religion. They all lead to the same place. They're all bringing people to the sense of enlightenment, the sense of awakenedness. So stop eating each other and come and join the party. Every Tuesday. We'll open up and I want you here. The chat is open right now. Weevil Girl is here. Vinny DiMartini is here. And whoever else is lurking right now. The way that the program is funded is through Zelle. Zelle, we're looking for a billionaire. We're calling out to the billionaire class. Someone kindly donate, I don't know, anywhere from $1 to $1 million. If you got an extra $1 million laying around, we would like that million so that we could, increase the kick behind this program, right? Money is kick. Money is power. So anyway, that's how it works. It's also Donna. If you're going to take the 90-day meditation challenge, think about donating something, some act of generosity for even $1. A dollar is good. And that's for you. It's not for me. So let's start with a 5-minute meditation, and we'll watch a guru video. And then we're going to open up the live video chat to anybody who wants to come along. Anybody who wants to come along for the ride and hang out and talk. So if you've never heard the instruction before, it's really simple. It's rather simple. Keep this screen on. So you basically take a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. Comfortable. What does comfortable mean? And you sit in a chair. You could sit cross-legged on the floor. You could even stand up if you wanted to. But through the ages, sitting, we're doing sitting practice. And then you can get into walking practice and such. But in sitting practice, you make the pledge that I will do this meditation thing every day. Right? And you start with 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day, every day, with the intention of now I am meditating. Now I am working with mind in these next 10 minutes. I got the clock set for 5, but on your own, 10 minutes a day, every day, for 90 days in a row, and you'll see the transformation. So anyway, so we take a comfortable seat. I digress. We take a comfortable seat, and feet are flat on the ground. They could be, wherever, but that you're relaxed and you're upright so that you don't fall asleep. If you're too relaxed, the Buddha put it, not too tight, not too loose. So if you're too tight, that's not good. And if you're too loose, you're going to fall asleep. So a comfortable seat, upright position, and you notice your breathing. You bring your attention to the breath. Breathing in, that's my in-breath. Breathing out, that's my out-breath. You don't force it. You don't try to make it happen. You don't make one longer and one shorter. You don't do breath work. You just notice it. You notice your breathing. There's a lot of other things happening too, but you notice your breathing. Breathing in, and breathing out. Very simple. There's nothing to it. In this meditation, there's nothing to create. Try to think of it as clear mind, enlightened mind is already there. It's already there. And we're just not connecting to it. We don't see it directly because there's discursive thinking, right? Conversation, talking to yourself in the way of it. Right? But it's already there. So I breathe in. I notice I'm thinking. I breathe out. Thinking. Breathing in. And breathing out. Right? Eyes are open, eyes closed. If the world is too distracting, you close your eyes. If it's not distracting you, you can open your eyes a little bit. But that's it. That's the whole thing. You're focusing on the breath, which is connected to the whole internal environment. Right? Eyes are connected and see the outside world, but connecting to the breath and the sensation of it connects you to the inside. You're taking control of the inside. So that's how it's been transmitted from 2,500 years ago from the Buddha. Mindfulness of breath, mindfulness, an energy that is created to see discursive thinking and dissolve it. So you're creating the mindfulness, but you're not creating the what you see when you get there, which is essentially insight. You understand. Right? You don't know anything on one hand, and then on the other hand, you know everything. You see everything. Right? So we'll try that for 5 minutes for whoever's here, and we'll and then we'll watch a guru video. So start the timer and ring the bell. Right? So 5 minutes, mindfulness of breath. Welcome back, 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 welcome back. And we're back, we're home, we're live. Pow, how'd that work out for you? How'd it work out for you? Where were you? Were you off, were you off visiting the past? Did you have a good conversation with yourself? What did you learn? Were you just watching the clock for it to tick to 5? 5 minutes to pass? Whatever you, or were you experiencing utter and total and complete bliss? Moments of bliss, blissful meditation. It's possible. It's possible. You just keep going, right? So let's talk about, let's listen to Chongyam Trungpa Rinpoche. I've seen this video many, many times, and I like the beginning of it. He's addressing a young crowd, probably 1972 or 1973. Young crowd of, I guess, ex-hippies. When was the date? It has a date on it, I think. Let's see. What's the date? Oh, there we go. 2007. I don't know when the video was done. 1974. There it is. June 29, 1974. Naropa University, Boulder, Colorado. Addressing a room full of, I guess, post-hippies, people that came after the hippies, or they were younger versions of, maybe they were hippie children, flower children or something, whatever. But he had a whole room of people who came to hear this message of guru and meditation and spiritual enlightenment, and it was the 70s, and he's basically telling you, this is a guy who came from Tibet, was a Tibetan, probably the last of the great Tibetan monks before China spooked them all out. Everything that he was talking about was technically at the time a secret. They didn't share. The Rinpoches and the monks in Tibet didn't share that kind of information with regular people. No. They kept it in the monastery. And you either paid or however you got access to it. But for the most part, what Trungpa Rinpoche did was, out of a mere means of making the practice survive, he came to the West involuntarily and planted it here. So the point is that the teaching that he taught of mindfulness and that enlightenment is not only possible, but this is how it occurs. This is how you get to it. It wouldn't have been known here, right? He was one of the last, teachers there to have been doing it. Right? So to bring it here, they planted this seed of meditation. So here's one of his talks when he got to America. Let's watch. Now,
having discussed already the notion of sutra last night, that certain guidance took place, in a sense that there is open pattern and good news that it is possible to attain enlightenment. It is possible. It is not only hypothetical concept. So, having already related with the basic notion of
It's a big point right there he makes, that enlightenment is possible. To all of the, traditions or people that I don't know, Buddhist people that say it's a theory. Here's the guru confirming it, that it is possible. Is he being truthful? Is it possible? He is being truthful. He's taking the seed of enlightenment and planting it so that it survives. Remember, Tibet got pummeled, and the secrets had to have been planted somewhere. And that's precisely what he was doing, which was planting the seed of enlightenment into this young audience. And it, for the most part, stuck. But it is possible. That's what he's about to enlighten, a couple of hundred young people.
Of sutra as being part of one's communication to the teaching, understanding of the teaching, that although we have discussed, as we have discussed last night, that there was very little material that has been translated into the English language, or for that matter into the French or the German. But still the dynamite exists, and that creates enormous spark of energy. And maybe that person can experience the heart of the teaching directly, precisely, and thoroughly, rather than trying to get into the swimming into the sutras, the numerous sutras, which would be like swimming in the ocean. And if you have no idea as to where's the shore, where's the beginning of the sea, the ocean, that you could lose yourself in millions of sutras, which would be very difficult to work with and sort out. So that is why the Bodhisattva path becomes extremely important to this point. And the Bodhisattva path is to captivating all the principles that Buddha has taught, and trying to bring it into a workable living situation, to inspire oneself, having gone through the Hinayana disciplines already. Then person begin to raise his consciousness, if you like to call it, or inspiration, or pride, faith, whatever, that he begin to, or she for that matter, begin to evolve itself into a sense of hope. And that particular hope does not become ego reinforcement hope as such particularly, but that hope becomes hope of willing to lose ego and willing to jump into the pattern of the teachings.
That's a pretty profound thing you just said. Right? Now people think of, you lose your ego. I don't have an ego. You lose your ego. What he's saying at a very deep level is that you lose the sense of I am, you are, this sense of identity, right? A complete renunciation of identity is what he's saying, right? The enlightened state, where you're then, present without any reference point. It's pretty heavy.
That there is a new openness begin to take place. And having disciplined already in the experience of Hinayana, completely.
When he's talking about Hinayana meaning that's the teaching from Thailand. It's the Four Noble Truths. It's the all-encompassing parts of the teaching of the Buddha. And then the Tibetans took it to another level, is basically what happened.
Fully, a student begin to realize the enormous irony from the point of view that whether you are the path or whether you are trotting on the path, that you begin to lose the reference point. Some points maybe you find yourself being the path itself. Sometimes you find yourself the traveler on the path at the same time. There is a lot of humor involved with that particular situation and the whole thing. As we go on to the basic situation of inspiration, that a person begin to realize that the narrowness and the strictness of the particular discipline that he has gone through already, has left him with enormous impression that there is no other way than discipline, very simple discipline, direct discipline without any preconceptions, discipline without any particular color or fantasy, but direct discipline, working with the practice of shamatha and vipassana experience. And
that's what he's saying, basically. The whole thing is discipline to the practice, discipline to shamatha vipassana practice, breathing in and out. That's what he's saying. The whole gist of it is, in any of these talks, is it brings it back to the practice. Nothing else. No sutras, no writing stuff down, revisiting the past. None of that. It's absolute focus on the breath.
Nature of reality as they are, as Buddha presented in the terms of the three marks of existence. So the student begin to lift his heart, begin to stick his neck out.
He's waking up.
More. So far what you saw is the texture of the path. Your head is bending a little bit, you begin to see the texture of the path. Now the student begin to raise his head a little bit and you begin to see there's a horizon and there's the meeting point of sky and earth. He's begin to see that and he has every right to see that. And he's capability of seeing that. And it is certain that when student is involved that way, that it is certain that student wouldn't tip over on his trotting on the path.
He's basically describing the awakening. Right? He's taking it from the very beginning and telling you how the person wakes up, how this meditation soaks in. Right? From the time you start somewhere, and then the awakening, it happens. Right?
He can take care of his walking situation very beautifully, precisely. And moreover, he had developed a new kind of genius, which is that he can walk and he can look far at the same time, which is an extremely fantastic thing. And it's a result of expanding one's consciousness to the Mahayana path, openness, complete openness, which becomes extremely powerful and very real at the same time. The first step of entering into the Mahayana path is that of realizing the openness, the open path. Having already developed some sense of relationship with oneself and one's phenomena world through the practice of Hinayana discipline, that student begin to commit himself into the Bodhisattva path. And the first step in committing into the Bodhisattva path, as it had been described in the books, the scriptures, sutras, that Bodhisattva, would-be Bodhisattva, or student of a Mahayana discipline, begin to transplant new heart in himself. You might ask from where he's transplanting this particular heart. Well, from the inspiration and
So
experience.
I guess we'll kill it there. Kill it there. Kill it there. Thank you, Chung Yam Trungpa Rinpoche. It's a long video. It's an hour and 20 minutes. And but anyway, so that's the guru video for the evening. Well, let's watch some of this guy.
And third jhanas they are indeed super normal conditions.
He says a couple of very interesting things. Let's listen to who is this? Ajahn Sona. Ajahn Sona.
And one should not be in too much haste to presume that one has attained any of them. This is a fairly common mistake. These are not easy to get, and they have great effect on the personality if one can get.
What he's talking about is the latter stages of an enlightened mind. It's not easy to get, but anyway, that's what he's talking about. That they are possible.
So I would just say that don't presume that you have them. But continue to practice your breath meditation, because rumination, for instance, is just excess discursive activity. And this is the plague of our educated and overstimulated and over-informed time. This has probably been the case for a century and a half in Europe and North America. In times previous to that, where you're not overexposed to vast quantities of entertainment and encouragement to just endlessly think, because that's the education system, is like continuously praising activity of the mind, thinking, etc. Now, it's inflamed by multimedia attempts to, get at your pocketbook by getting your attention and so forth. So, yes, in general, it's one of the great discoveries for the West is the idea of reducing this excessive discursive activity. Discursive means discourse or talking to yourself. Imagining and talking to yourself. And of course, it can take fear scenarios and all kinds of scenarios. The types of inner discourse can be anger, it can be fear, they can be desire, and the desire can be for money or fame or possessions or romance or sex or all of these things. And so these are actually problems. And in the West, we try to solve them by therapy and perhaps, the talk therapy. Perhaps it can help, but there isn't really a paradigm in the West that the idea of quieting the mind. They usually try to redirect the mind to different thoughts or examine what went wrong in your childhood or something like this. But
he's making great points that psychotherapy basically is inferior to the state of mindfulness. Right? He's discrediting psychiatry.
psychology and psychiatry, unless they're exposed themselves to meditation, Buddhist meditation, they don't conceive of the alternative of just reducing the whole thinking activity. So you've begun the practice. Now, this is not like a brief period of time in your life and then you're cured. This means that this is a lifetime endeavor. It's whatever it takes and however long it takes, you must. In order to be well and happy, you must achieve control of your mind. And if you don't have control of your mind, you will never be happy.
I kill it right there. If you don't take control of your mind, you will never be happy. You'll never be happy. Thank you, Ajahn, teacher. So I'll open up the chat if anybody wants to come jump into the. I think I got the spaceship set up. No, I'm in a lounge. We're in the lounge, Lauper's Lounge. Come on down. I got to give you the link. You don't have the link yet. Put the link in there and pow. So if anybody wants to join us, the meeting is open. The jury is out and the chat is open. All you got to do is hit on the link, the Google Meet link, and then shut off your YouTube video, your YouTube audio. You dial back your YouTube audio. Feature. So I'll open up the right there. You see your YouTube audio. Jump into the. You shut that off, and then you simply join us in the chat room. There's two of me. I'm singing to myself. There's two of me and none of you. It's my show. Anyway, so if anybody wants to join me, if not, I'll fill up the chairs myself, man. I'm just gonna look at all the chairs I have. We have plenty of chairs. I see chairs in the spaceship. I'll pick out another background. Let's see what kind of background we got. Another background. Apply visual effects. Let's say, let's go into the meditation center. We're now in the meditation center, reporting from the meditation center. Say hello to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna. Vinny in the house. What's up, Vinny? What's up, Vinny DiMartini? Vinny, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Weevil girl in the house.
There's Weevil Babe! Yeah.
Benny!
Weevil Babe. She's in the house, man. And she looks good in GM blue, doesn't she?
Yes.
And she's wearing it's a little darker than GM blue. It's just slight shade darker. Right now, her top is. But
okay, well, thanks,
she looks very, very good, and I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
What are you? What are you eating, Vinny? Okay. What is that? What kind of chips are you eating? What kind of chips are you eating, Vinny?
Let me see. I'll let you see some of this. Just a little bit.
Don't do that. Oh, you got discs.
Oh no, your hernia. Oh.
Hernia trust.
Put that away.
Let me tell you. Wow. This motherfucker's no joke. I had a left side one. I got in prison, working out with a lifer. So you got this big old iron. This big iron.
Wait a second. Wait. Back up. Wait. Slow down.
Those guys could have killed me any fucking time. And I got that hernia. And then now I got this one. This one's dropping down in the test. Right.
Did you have surgery?
It opened up again. So
hey,
horrible.
Hey, Billy. Did you have surgery?
I did. I had the mesh in the left side.
Okay. So it popped
I still
out.
Have,
yeah, a lump.
I still have nerve pains around it all these years later. But now I got this one. And where's this white privilege? I got no medical. I got no nothing. I got
Right?
nothing. Where's this white
Yeah.
privilege shit?
You're not white enough.
Where
no.
is it?
Where's our medical care? It's nothing to do with race.
God damn, man.
Where's
I don't have a
anybody's
goddamn
medical?
fucking thing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Can't you get like Medicaid?
I agree.
Can't people sign up for Medicaid these days? I heard.
No, well, I don't know. The zip codes and all this shit. And are you in this program? No, I'm not in that program. I'm not in that program. I'm not on any programs. Where's my white privilege? Where is it? I don't have it.
You got to get some programs.
I'm really pissed off about
we
this
live in
shit.
an age of programs. Like you get your program. You get your snap
God
and
damn,
your
man.
snap and your tap.
No bullshit.
Right? That's what people are today, right?
No.
It's all good, It's all good. You got to be
Anyway.
happy, man. You got to stay happy, Happy.
I'm moving around. I'm doing formulas. I'm doing what I can.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. And I'm doing my meditation, but I'm kind of a screwball, and that's no secret, I don't think by now. Barbara Eden worked her way into my meditations, which I love Barbara Eden.
I Dream of Jeannie?
I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah. So she's worked her way in. And so I'm back and I'm trying to be serious. Damn it. Okay, whatever. She can say, no, it's cool. And
that's interesting.
The dog.
A visitation
I want
from
one
Jeannie.
Of these dogs from, what are they? From Arabia? Whatever. One of these magic dogs. Well, they don't really eat and poop or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be a real kick to have around the house. Especially if you had Barbara Eden around. God damn, that'd be hot as fuck, wouldn't it? Fuck, I don't care about living.
I saw that. I saw one of those shows the other. I saw I Dream of Jeannie the other day when it was the episode where Jeannie's sister was seducing not Dr. Bellows but Nelson.
Seducing the husband. She double dares her.
Yeah. She has a sister, Jeannie's sister.
I know all the episodes. I'm a huge fan.
It's a great show.
Well, I haven't watched that in 20 years. Like, at least 20 years.
You should watch it. Get educated.
It is good, but I haven't seen it forever.
It's a little dated. Some of the humor is a little dated, but it's still fascinating what they're talking about.
What's funny, though?
Sexy, too. Very,
the
very
old
appealing.
Shows, you're what? Within 2 years older than me, Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
You're within my age. We're in the same age. And you look back at these things. You don't know these things when you're a bambino. A little baby, a kid, and stuff. You don't realize these things. But like the Flintstones, you're looking at Batman and stuff. And you don't know really what the hell that shit is, but it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you look at them, all these old shows, One Day at a Time, the fucking Alex Keaton, whatever, Family Lies. I call it Family Lies because they were hippies, and then they want to dictate everything for everybody else. We came with hippies, we married, built this family. Family Lies. It's not Family Ties. It's Family Lies.
It's okay because
you guys are a bunch of punks.
The cancel culture is going to make it all go away.
If we got rid of all the guns, the world would be safe. I mean, these are old shows. I'm looking at them.
They're not going to be allowed in the future, Vinny. All these shows are going to be erased.
Crazy.
They're going to be deleted.
But the Batman ones.
You're not allowed to see
hilarious.
Batman.
Batman is like Chief O'Hara and all of them. Inspector Gordon. They're behind the desk. They let all the criminals go. There's this giant crime spree, and he's back there, he's holding his head going, oh my God, once again, my liberal policies have destroyed everything. I'm falling out of my fucking chair. Well, you don't know what that is when you're a little kid, but you do Wow, it's hilarious. The skull and bone shit, everything is like, are you fucking kidding me? It's episode 322 with the skull and bones. Well, now I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm an old fucker, but I'm not that old. Still kick your ass. Even with a hurdy belt on.
I don't accept. I don't accept the concept
crazy?
of old.
It's funny as hell. It really is funny. When you look at all this stuff, you didn't realize it was there when you were this little bambino, this little boy, this little girl, everything. It was all in there. And you didn't know all this stuff was going on. You had no idea what it was. But, you know, we were spoofed by the cool little Batman gases and pow, wham, bop, boom. You know, stuff, man. Like, well, that's what we wanted to see, but we didn't know anything at all. All these years later,
so many great shows.
Oh my god,
so many great shows as a kid. You know, it's not the same anymore. But a lot of that stuff is going to get deleted. I'm telling you, man. It's just. It's like a cultural movement.
Well, they're coming after everything.
You can't watch that stuff.
You name it, man.
You can't watch that stuff. It programs people in a bad way. We thought all this documenting, you know, all this video and television would be, you know, like I don't know what I'm trying to say, a documentation of the past, but it's not. It's becoming slowly. Slowly not allowed.
It's programming.
It's an editable medium. You can edit everything that we record, and you can adjust it.
And nobody will believe it.
So.
Go ahead, Weevil Girl. Let's let Weevil Girl speak for a while, Vinny. You and I. Shut up.
And what they've destroyed, like the accountability of everything, of our journalism, of our media. You can't believe what you see. You can't believe what you hear. Now no one knows what to trust. You have no direction to turn.
Yeah,
and that's
your
just
reality is gone.
Then we're divided. Then they want us talking about racial aspects every day.
Absolutely.
Well, it's not about race. It's not about gender. Right. It's about social status for me.
Right.
You know, it's the haves versus the have-nots kind of thing. I know that's getting pretty cliche now because it's never changed, but it's still happening. Yeah.
Yeah. The example of that kid this morning. I was talking about the guy with the horns, the guy with the young man with the horns from January 6th, right?
January 6th,
internet been out half the day
it's the way
again. Boy, we pissed.
It's the way you tell that story. The way that story was told was that he was some bad insurrectionist. So it had to be done. But the reality is he was a active young man, a war veteran. He was at a political rally. He was riled up for his guy.
Yeah.
He was the American guy. And from the rally he went down to the Capitol, the House of the People, where he demanded his voice be heard. So if you tell the story like that, Tucker Carlson is trying to tell it. That is the story.
Yeah.
And that kid is sitting in jail for 4 years.
Yeah. But everybody heard the other story first.
Right.
That's the one that's going to be implanted, and it's going to be real hard to drive through a second story after they already heard and believed one. And people don't want to believe that they're suckers. I didn't want to believe I was a sucker after I voted for Obama. I thought, I didn't want to believe I was a sucker most of my young life. You know, believing what politicians, and not all the time, but somewhat, I believed that there was some effort for the general good of the people and the workers. And I just don't believe that anymore. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. People feel like they don't want to admit they got duped. Nobody
wants to.
Right.
They'd rather die than admit to you that they were a sucker and got lied to and they fell for it.
It's so important to stay in the middle of these stories, you can't, left and right is bad, you know. If you're left,
and to admit that, and to admit that we're all just doing our best. Any of us could be wrong at any time because of the way they messed with the whole system to ensure that we're going to be wrong at some time.
Nobody's perfect.
Then you got to go back to meditation and dissolve your ego.
Shit is breaking down.
Yeah, you got to dissolve your ego so you can report that, hey, I was fooled.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this is what I know now.
Yeah. Right. You get fooled. You get fooled, right? The media, it's selling a story. That story was sold.
It's pushing a story.
That story was sold to manipulate people to believe that Trump was the boogeyman, and you can't possibly vote for this boogeyman. And what did it usher in? It ushered in Biden. It ushered in the other party. The other party used that strategy and won by vilifying this event, right? Which was an American, at any other look. The people showed up at the Capitol demanding to be heard. Their representatives weren't listening, but it's still the House of the people. It's not the House of the Representatives. It's the House of the people who are represented, and they show up.
Yeah.
What better place?
What's crazy?
Right? That's what it is. That's what it is.
It's crazy to me because the leftists that I know and was raised among and was part of, and I would go out and do protests, and we would protest against war back in the Iraq wars. That was the largest world protest against war ever, was the Iraq war. Did our leaders listen? Not at all. Didn't even slow them down. Didn't even slow down the war machine. And that was the largest ever. And the thing is, I've been out there protesting. I love people speaking up, saying their truth, speaking power, trying to make this democracy work, even though it may be past that point. But now we have the right started to protest. I don't actually remember them doing that a lot, except at Planned Parenthood. But for the first time in my life, I started to see the right protesting. Yeah. Guess what? I'm the side of the worker, whether they call themselves right or left. And I liked it when they were out there protesting. And now we have left-wing people against workers and people protesting for their democracy.
It occurred to me this morning. People on the right are embarrassed by that January 6th incident. Yeah. They're embarrassed by it. Oh no, we're not. That's not us. We're conservative. We're something. That guy is an actor. But you should. Why? That's the job. That's the actions of the media. They convinced people that this guy was bad. He was just a performance guy, a performance artist. He was out there having fun, and he led a crowd into the Capitol. But it should be celebrated. A guy like that should be celebrated, not vilified and thrown in prison. Imagine that. The kid is sitting in prison.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right because we have like actual criminals that get out.
Right, revolving door shoplifting going on in Seattle and New York.
Yeah, and worse than shoplifting, like actual
throwing
people
cocktail
that are
bombs
violent.
at cops. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting stuff. I don't know. Maybe we're at a reflection point, a bending point in politics. It does look like left and right is dissolving a little bit. They're bumping heads. It's hard to say. They can't even,
Yeah.
Everybody there's a communication kind of breakdown, right? I sound like Tim Pool today. I feel like Tim Pool.
Are you a big Tim Pool fan?
I listened to him a while ago, a long time ago, for a moment in like 2016, 17. I used to watch the Young Turks too, all the time. I was a Young Turks fan. In 2015, 16, the Bernie Sanders run for the White House, Young Turks, they were doing it. Jimmy Dore was on it.
Did you hear Marianne Williamson announce she's running for president?
Yeah,
you guys
briefly.
like her at all, or what are you? thoughts on Marianne?
I don't even know.
She doesn't have any chance of winning. She doesn't appeal to the masses. She's it's. I think Ron DeSantis could sell it. I really do. I think he could.
Well,
he's the kind of character they're looking for.
Yeah. I agree. Marianne probably cannot win, but I really love what she brings to the conversation. Because to me, she's a woman leading as a woman, and she's a spiritual person. We're at Dharma Club. She's all about meditation and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she really gives a really good speech too. If you ever go back and listen to her original speech when she ran last time, it's like amazing. And anyway, I don't think she's going to win, but I like that she starts to bring different things into the conversation instead of like Hillary, who's a woman trying to lead like a man by emulating how men lead. No, we got a woman actually trying to lead from a centered place, like through meditation of her feminine aspect. And I don't think she's going to win, but that's what some of us women might want.
Yeah.
And I would like to see these magical dogs from Baghdad come in like I Dream of Jeannie. They don't poop, they don't eat, and they're just a lot of fun and super cute and great companions. And they're magic dogs. And
are they robots? Are they robots, Vinny?
No, they're magic dogs from Baghdad. It's I Dream of Jeannie. I'm trying to get one of these things, man. I'm trying to search them down, damn it. And of course
that's where Jeannie was from, right? Baghdad.
Jason the Garment Eden is going to come with it, with the magic dog. It's going to be awesome. But I'm looking. I'm just meditating on this, and it worked its way into my whole thing. So, I want to see this happen, and if I could just make it happen somehow, officially into my life, then cool. I think I'd be really happy with that, especially right now because I fucking hurt. I mean, I really hurt bad.
Yeah, that's painful, man.
I'm trying to do a lot.
That's painful.
Man, that's rough.
You had both sides patched up. You blew out both sides of your whatever. That's
the other one's messed up. So this side is
you got
the
one
other
side.
one.
One side. Well, the good news is after that surgery, it's very unlikely that it will tear again. It's pretty.
God, I hope not, because I see all these cases.
They put something. They put a layer. They
put a mesh cases. I'm like,
like a mesh.
Damn it.
Yeah, they put like a mesh thing in there.
Yeah,
it won't tear again. It won't tear. You'll.
Yeah, my dad.
I got no medical nothing, so I don't know how. I had to buy this on my own with my pretty much destroyed business after back better. Fucking goddamn fucking hernia truss. I had to order that cocksucking motherfucker. I mean, it's like, Build Back Better. Everything's going great. So Russia, it's everywhere else. It's not us. Bullshit, motherfucker. And that's why people are ordering online. Because the stores don't have shit. They don't have shit.
Yeah.
They, God damn it. You fucking stupid fool.
Hold on a second. Mikhail Sly in the chat says, I think this guy wants someone to grant a wish for him. I've been thinking about this all week. Prayer, meditation are all just forms of magic. Oh, damn. What are you talking about, Mikhail Sly in the chat? What the hell are you talking about?
Your own form of magic.
You talking about me, man? You talking about
your
me?
Own
I'm the magic man.
Whatever works for you.
Or
whether you want to be an initiate like myself and go into the real depths of everything.
It ain't magic.
Well, that's a whole different deal.
It's not magic
I'm
at all.
a lifelong fucker.
Meditation isn't magic. If you're referring to hold on a second.
Okay.
If meditation is,
I don't talk about it.
If you're talking about clairvoyance, that can be experienced in meditation. You're quieting yourself down. You see the nature of things, and someone standing in front of you becomes a thing that you see, and you're able to accurately see where they are. Just by listening to them, by seeing them. That's clairvoyance. Well, that's a byproduct of meditation, no doubt about it. Is that magic? No, it's a skill. It's a skill. It's like a psychic reading.
So you have the power. If I ask you to grant me a wish, do you have the power to bring your magic to mine? Because I'm only an initiate, been doing this for decades, but and been through a lot of motherfucking hell. Besides that, but if you have the power to grant me a wish, please bring that.
Mm-hmm. Mikhail
from a higher being.
Mikhail says ritual casting spells power from a higher being.
I'm an initiate. My whole chest is ancient Egypt. It's all custom done. I am Vodum. I am the Prince of Darkness. Angelic Magic 27. I'm very well known. I'm just saying, believe me, if there's anything I know, it's Magi.
Magi.
Why did you say number 27?
I live this life.
What's 27?
Breathe every breath to numerological things. So, cool.
Yeah.
We cool?
We're cool. I like flying I've been tracking the planets.
You have no clue.
I want to see what planets are out there.
I really am. You have no clue at all. No clue.
I am. I'm important, man. We're all important, and we're all not important. This is it's an app. I just want to see. So we got. I could see Jupiter and Venus tonight. I'm gonna go out there and check it out later. I can't show it on
Good. Pray
I can't.
for
it doesn't. What's that?
I do every few hours.
What's that?
The yard hibal he everything. Coma, aniata, betoma, ignita,
a mantra?
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, believe me, I can speak it all. Sumerian, I speak it all. Believe me, I know my shit. Pray for me, though. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. You think people are people meditating? Are people doing this thing, or is this? I don't care if this stream comes off like a joke. All I care about is that people hear it through the noise. People could hear the chance to jump on the meditation. That's my hope. Once people try,
sign up for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I have seen.
Yeah, I think you're planting seeds, man.
Mm-hmm.
You should know what you're getting yourself into.
Oh, I know. I've been there. I've been around this a long time, my friend.
And that's
I've been around this a long time.
I know that doesn't bother me, not one bit. I have seen, transformation in people. I've seen the personality shifts. I've seen it work for people. I've experienced it. I went up against gangs of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
In fucking congregations of Satan. All using witchcraft at me at the same goddamn time. Oh yeah.
That's all garbage. They can't touch you. It can't touch you. It can't touch you if you're grounded. All that negative nonsense, it just bounces off.
They don't like that. Hey, if you want to worship the god of child molestation, everything that's bad in the world and so on, hey, that's your business. Go ahead. Run with the devil.
Mikhail's full of good comments tonight. Says meditation is more like absorbing magic. I'm happy you're talking about this seriously.
These people are they hate me.
Meditation.
Oh, they hate me. I fought with them all. They don't scare me a bit. Fuck
There's
that
a lot.
one
There's a
there.
lot of that negative joke on YouTube. It doesn't affect me anymore because I don't feed it anymore.
Nah, it's a joke.
They don't come near me anymore.
Um,
Every once in a while they'll pop on the stream, but they'll pop in the chat. But for the most part, that LARPer nonsense is gone. It doesn't. There's no.
No.
There's nothing to bite into anymore around here. You know, it's like
I
I don't want to hear your
checked into 'em.
stupid old stories.
Exactly. If you don't react,
It's not interesting.
and you just are gone.
I hear I was gonna get come after by the Satanic Church. Really? Well, I've been there, so I got a hold of Peter. Yeah, sure did. Hey, motherfuckers! I ran every one of your names. These people know me well for decades. Fuck you. You ain't gonna do nothing to me. Nothing.
They're gonna cast a spell on you, Vinny.
But piss me off.
They're gonna get you while you're sleeping,
You know.
and they're gonna come to you.
They ain't gonna do a goddamn thing.
They're gonna get into
They
the
didn't do
bowels
this.
of your
This
mind.
is all me because I don't sit around on my ass. That's why. Because Vinny's up and around. Vinny's up and around.
You gotta heal,
know.
man. You gotta heal. You gotta heal your wound.
I know. That's
Or you're
why
gonna hurt
I
yourself.
got my stuff like close around me. I'm making other things. Oh, I just made part of this skin serum. Ooh, this is nice.
That's
dude.
skin
This is
serum.
dry, and this is rose. This is the beginning. And then my lab, I will distill it into the rest and then mix the rest and bam. Yeah, so
Nice.
I know a lot about what I'm doing. Okay. They ain't gonna stop me.
Chemistry,
They ain't gonna stop.
chemistry skills. You have chemistry.
Alchemy. Alchemy.
You have
Alchemist.
Bunsen burners, and do you fire it up? You fire any of it
We're
up?
talking about alchemy.
Alchemy.
Real stuff. And what I come up with, I copyright, and at that point, it's a postulate, a postulation, a proven mathematical formula.
It's all math, isn't it?
Not bad for a guy who's been kicked out of school since he's been a little kid, huh? Yeah.
So alchemy is math. Math. A lot of people have argued that math is the way to explain the universe. I don't know about that.
You know what? It's one of the most.
I think
horrible
poetry
things.
explains the universe better.
Why
do you need math?
Still don't know how to use a calculator. And I went to this job interview thing. It was for Sheet Metal 104. I was fresh on parole. I didn't have my legal vehicle. I didn't have anything. I didn't know how to use a calculator. I do Avogadro's number. I do everything by hand and all that shit. And there's like, this woman was coming around to all the tables. Oh, that's great. You go ahead and go next door. People are waiting for you. And then she came up to my thing. Okay, you need to go to the library because I was a total fool out of there. I'm like, God damn it, man. And I didn't take any vehicle or nothing. And then I went home on a bus. I'm like, I just want to get drunk, fucking rowdy, and fucked up. It was very destroying. I was like, God damn, man. This really just made me feel like just a nobody. You know what I mean? And fuck, man. It's horrible to feel like that. And you got so much hope and you just want to do so many good things and then you come out there just crushed like that. And then you come back in another union and you're making more than these motherfuckers are. Oh,
Hold on
now
a second.
what?
If anybody else wants to come into the chat, I dropped in the link. If they want to join the mayhem, join the conversation.
Yeah,
if you like.
join the I know. Dickhead Vinny's gonna duck out of here.
I wish. I'm hoping that a lot of some people that meditate. That there's a lot of people out there that meditate.
I want to hear real stuff.
I do too. I want to hear people's.
I
want to hear people's goddamn experience.
Real stuff that it's I'm talking about real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a screwball, but I'm talking about no, there was Barbara Eden. No, there was, you know, who are these guys? These other
I don't know,
guys
man.
you're showing the videos of.
Gurus.
How did they come up with those numerological things and breathing? It's numerological.
Hmm.
A fucking A it is. And my formulas, everything, neurological. That's innovation. That
Hmm.
brings us to the science. And everything we have nowadays in the fucking world is because lunatics like myself and like these crazy mofos on the videos, you say, I don't know why it's just a bunch of black art shit. Well, they know something. This is a postulation. It's a proven formulation, a mathematical formula. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? It works for people. That's a postulation.
Right. Mikkel says, I would jump into the chat, except his lawyer told him not to put his face on the internet.
Well, the feds, let me tell you, the feds have been up my ass for decades. Believe me. If they weren't watching him before, they're watching him now. Or they're watching
well, the
me,
FBI. Hey, you know what's?
It's no big deal.
I want to change the subject. I want to change the subject. I was playing around with that chat bot. One of the chat bots where you what a great tool. I mean, you just ask it a simple question like, write me a poem about, poems about love. Or,
right.
And all of a sudden it just starts spitting out these beautiful rhymes, and it's like, wow, you don't even have to think about it anymore. You could just pull the guitar out and play along. I saw it as
like writing a book.
Incredible
you just
tool.
Press a couple buttons with some software and some shit, and it fucking writes it
and
for
then you
you.
edit it. You become the editor of. You're not. You don't have to be the writer. You're just the editor. I mean, that's a powerful tool. That's a game changer.
It is.
That's a game changer.
Sure,
that changes the game.
I prefer human. I still prefer human written lyrics.
Mm.
I probably wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
I just biased. If I did know, I would prefer human.
It's still a human singing it.
Good.
It's still a human playing the music, I guess. That could change too. You can get the thing. If the thing can write the words, it could also speak the words and then speak the words in a melody. So it's going. Right. It's coming to that as well. Right.
But I mean, don't you think that poetry used to mean a human? Like, I used to really like writing, like just dabbling in it or whatever. But like, it's to me when I used to write poetry, it was me wanting to preserve how I felt, or mostly how I felt in a situation in words for all time, so that someone who read that, I could get them through words as close to what I was experiencing in that moment as possible in order to preserve that moment.
Right.
Kind of.
Or what about if the poet... What about if the poetry...
That's not what an AI is doing.
What if the poetry is not for you?
AI is reprogramming.
What if you looked at it... Hold on a second. What if you looked at it from the other way, that the poem is for somebody else? Forget about what it is for you. If you're writing poetry, it's for somebody else. I mean, although it feels good to write it and it's a statement, but if the poetry hits more people because the machine wrote it, does it make it any less valid? Right? And the human always has a...
No, I mean, it's probably good.
And the human also initiated it because you asked it to do it. You said, give me this, and it gave it to you.
And the human picked it and thought it was good enough to like sing.
Right.
I'll give you that.
Right.
But I guess I just, when I'm writing it, I am writing it for the other person so that they could like travel back in time to a different time and place through the writing.
Right. I mean, that's one application. What else in journalism? Give me a story with 10 facts about, something, and keep it under 500 words. And it just spits it out. Boom. You've got a story that is okay, but it has like real events that you don't have to go, the journalist doesn't have to go digging for stuff anymore. Or maybe a doctor uses it, a carefully planned bot that just, he asks the computer a question based on what he knows. And if the question is accurate, he'll get it. It's a great tool. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a revolutionary tool for humans. It doesn't replace the human, but it's something that you can use. All right. It appears so many different applications it could be used for. Right. Songwriting would be one of them, or journalism could be something. But what else? I mean,
Right.
Figure out the algebraic equation to the universe, and see what it does. Like,
can it tell us how to become enlightened?
Hey, that's interesting. I don't know. You'd have to ask it. I don't know. It's like a magic 8-ball
thing where you have to get to that point,
mm-hmm.
and that's what a lot of this is. And the meditations you become, and it keeps going, and you become to that transformation.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find that in yourself and transform and grow to that. It doesn't just happen. It's like, it just happened. Okay, here's your Cub Scout patch.
Mm-hmm.
You get the fucking arrow thing on because
mm-hmm.
you just walked a lady across the street.
Sure.
It doesn't happen like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And not at all. And
well, but I think like that teacher, what's his name? Ahan Somar, whatever.
Yeah.
He was trying to say was that you don't want to ever presume that you're even close to enlightenment. And what I think he means is that I've been reading this book called The Beginner's Mind. You want to always have the beginner's mind. So you want to look at everything like you're just a beginner, even if you've been doing it for 30 years and nobody's better than you.
Right.
Nobody knows it all.
There's a certain freshness, keeping it fresh. Yeah, sure. And who's...
And otherwise you get trapped in the ego again. Right. I'm the best.
Right.
I have nothing left to learn.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's all those talks are just they're kind of tour guides on your journey. You don't have to listen to all of them. In fact, a lot of the teachers will tell you it's a phase of dropping knowledge. Where you're not listening. You can't listen to that anymore. If you're a musician and you're playing, and all you listen to and replicate is the Beatles, that's what you're going to sound like until you stop listening to it. You find your authentic self, right? And
you got to break out of the box.
Don't listen to anybody. Don't listen when it comes to the direction, the basic instruction. You take that, but after that, nobody can guide you, right?
Yeah. Only listen to what resonates with you and speaks to you, and you're like, wow, I love that, or that really calls to me.
Right.
And if it doesn't resonate or doesn't call to you, it might not be the right teacher. You need, it might not be the right thing for you.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know.
All right, man. So let's kill. Thanks, Mikal in the chat, keeping it alive. And we're going to keep it going. Week 5. We did it, man. We did it.
Well, we have a diversity, true diversity here. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
We can agree to look into each other's views and whatnot. And that's the powerful tool about all of this is all of us can. and we can learn and take tips off of each other and say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you know what he said, or she said this, he said that. You know what? I'm going to look at it maybe slightly change my angle a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
or, oh, well, we don't know. All we could do is what we're going to do
Mm-hmm.
and what we're going to project to do to better ourselves in where we want to project ourselves to be.
I hear you.
Right?
Yeah.
Give you the last
Yeah, it's a
word. Weevil
lifelong
girl,
journey.
Weevil girl. Give you
Yeah.
the last word. Give you the last word.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, guys. It's a lifelong journey, but I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yep.
Have a blessed and bitchin' evening, all. You rock.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
All right. See you next time. Thanks for joining us. Man.
Thank you, Weevil Babe.
See you, Vinny. Bye-bye, man. And we're live. We're back. Thank you very much. Whoa, what a show. Thank you all for being here. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. on the live show. Live show. Week 5 is over in the meditation challenge. Start meditating. See you guys later. Peace.